O-C or O-K, Bullock Homestead Nursery. B, I have to, O-C-K.
I think it's C-K.
O-C-K. O-C-K, yep.
Can I
Hey,
ask
Brian, you're in the
what
Bellingham area, right?
Yes.
Have you ever been to that? There's a permaculture farm that's up Blanchard Mountain. It's the person who developed that. That's one of the most unique spots I think I've seen for a permaculture farm example. That's up in the Whatcom Skagit area, you know, in the
Are you
islands.
talking about Bodie Creek?
I don't know the name. I just know I visited it with some friends up. It's up Blanchard Mountain Road, and you get back up. It's like a valley up in there.
Well, there's the River Farm, and then there's another place called Bodie Creek. That's Alan Side's place.
Maybe.
They're both kind of in that area. And then there's another place, Matt Bovin's place, Farrell Farm, which is up Highway 20, which is really amazing agroforestry system.
It'd be really cool to host a Convergence up in that area. It's far for the Oregon folks, which has always been the deterrent.
Yeah.
But it'd be really nice to have something up there.
Yeah, there's some good stuff going on.
Raymond is equal distance between Seattle and Portland. How about that?
One of the things as a board we try to do is we try to move to different places we've never been for a while. So even if it was all the way up close to Canada, it's definitely something to keep in mind, but the biggest focus is going to where people need us, where they can facilitate an awesome discussion. So we can go way south, we go way north. I mean, I'm just kind of speaking based on conversations we have as a board.
True.
So yeah, don't let location, and that's another thing we can open up the discussion for. And this is something we long for, is for when things open up for us to be able to have an on-site convergence, is we love suggestions. And we already have developed systems of identifying location and such. So if we've never been to that place, it might be something to consider, but we also have to think about the logistics of the convergence and what we're hosting and how we can gather as a group and things. It does, we bring a lot of people together.
Yeah, it's an awesome conversation, but right now we only have a half an hour before our last session. Am I right on my time with that? I don't think we have much of a space.
Yeah, it starts at 7 is the next session, and we can do our closing circle, but then we can probably also do some closing circle after Prem too, if we don't get to everyone before Prem.
Yeah, so we do have 45 minutes, so it's not as bad. I thought we only had a half an hour, and if everybody says a couple little bits, that ends up being a lot. Earlier in our little planning, we have a planning little conversation. We talked about just giving space for everybody to say a gratitude, what they learned, and then revisiting what the opening intention was before we came this weekend. So those 3 things, and let's try to keep it to like maybe a sentence per idea, so there's enough time for everybody to talk before we go somewhere else. So anybody who can hear me, if you could be present for a closing circle and be ready to say something. And if we're okay with it, I think it might be nice if one of us facilitators kind of went down the list to see if people were listening. That way we can even invite the quiet people to speak up. Yeah.
There's a pillow. You got a pillow underneath that. All right.
I don't know
Tired?
if you're hearing me, Blair.
Yeah, Blair, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, Blair.
Sorry.
It's okay. So I think we should probably start with, us Convergency organizing people. We can go later. And then I'll just go from the top of the list from there down. And unless someone else wants to, I'll just start calling on everybody. And we can say our name if you want to and where you're from, but then keep it to like a sentence of gratitude, what we learned, and then revisiting our intention. Christy Nevitt, you're at the top. And you're muted. I'll unmute you. Oh, and the order of names just changed, but go first anyways, but try to unmute yourself because I can't
There
do
you go.
that. Okay, thanks.
So this is my 4th convergence. I don't know. I'm sure this is where the community I'm supposed to be with, and I'm just grateful to have stumbled on this weekend. For some reason, I didn't get a notice, and Brent told me the night before, which meant I couldn't really check in for another day or so. So I missed so much of the weekend, Thursday, Friday. You guys, it's just really wonderful to spend time with you. And oh, I'm always learning, and I'm always feeling ignorant. And I appreciate your patience. I know a lot about stuff, but I'm a farmer for many generations. So I have farming in my blood, and it's all a great discovery for me. You guys mentioned that, how cool is, you know, discovering for ourselves, even though it's all been discovered before. It's so exciting to have my hands in the soil. And yeah, I wish I had all this knowledge once I learn it. It's like, why didn't someone tell me that? And so I seek to be closer to my Native brothers and sisters who can share with me what they know and with you guys. So love you all. Let's keep the love flowing, and I'm here.
Cool, thank you. Alexia, are you with us right now? And Holiday, are you with us right now? And Alexia, are you with us but trying to talk and not being heard? No, okay.
Yes,
Anne.
I'm here.
Oh, Alexia, you're
Yes,
here? If Alexia or Anne, whoever heard me and is here to talk, please go.
And is unmuted. Go ahead.
I have a great deal of gratitude to have found myself connected to this group. I'm new to permaculture relatively. I've taken the PDC course, but you know, in actual fact, it's just been in theory up to now. And I'm so grateful to be connected to this group in Washington and Oregon locally. And I hope that my intention was to network, and I think this is the door to it. This will be the door to us all being able to network and raise the awareness of permaculture in this area. I learned so much. I'd be going way over time if I explained everything that I've learned. But what I have learned more than anything, which has inspired me, is that there is so much going on, not only here, but really around the world. I'm actually trying to promote permaculture as integrated into Ayurveda. I don't know whether you know what Ayurveda is, but it's called the science of life. And the two philosophies are really very, very similar. And so I'm extremely grateful to all of you. I've been very much a standby. I've just been listening, but I have heard a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Blair, a few words of gratitude, what you learned, and revisiting your intention. Are you here, Blair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I got it. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's been a wonderful weekend. I have a lot of gratitude for the people we've met through the digital realm, and yeah, just taking a breath of all of the things we've dealt with. You know, it's been a focus on the Black, Indigenous, people of color this weekend, which is made some uncomfortable sort of emotions that I've experienced through the weekend, which has been a whole new experience, which has been super helpful, I think, really. And you know, that I really appreciate that, because I you know, expanding permaculture has been something that has to happen. And And I think that the forum that we exist in is something that can do that. And so I'm just very grateful for that has occurred, and we've experienced that as a group. And so I just look forward to future meetings. In-person permaculture convergences are far and away better, but this is better than nothing by far, for sure. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Brent, are you here? Brent?
Right
Brent?
here, yeah. Yes. I can't express my gratitude. I mean, for on so many levels. There's so many things happening. It's just really good to see this, and I can even have some kind of gratitude for the COVID because it allows us to get together. I really don't like to travel anymore, and I probably wouldn't have gone to a conference. Well, I might have because it was Sahali, which isn't that far. But anyway, my original what I shared was, well, to learn, share, and thrive, and I've learned, and I've a little bit, and I hope to thrive from this. I hope everyone thrives. And one thing I want to say is that I realize how easy it is to put out ideas without having, stuff behind it. But to do something like this on a smaller scale, maybe several times a year, I don't know how. I understand, it's difficult, but I just wanted to put that idea out. So, Zoom isn't really hard. Zoom isn't really hard to set up. So maybe just discussions or something. But anyway, so thank you again, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you. I hope we connect on a more regular, low stress way too. Brian.
Shayla, real quick, I want you to know that we have an extra 30 minutes.
Oh.
David Stein just texted that we need another 30 for the keynote. So there you go.
Big of a stress. So
yeah.
Well, at 7, I'm going to switch into my ear thing and I need to go get my kids, but I'll still be talking and listening. But I'll stick with us until then.
Yeah, well, we'll be here.
Great. It's wonderful. So will I, but I'll just be mobile while we're together because this is a Zoom conference. It's so cool. All right, Brian, go for it.
Hey. Yeah, so it's thank you everybody, participants, organizers, unintentional beings and energies that came together to this. Very unique experience, has a lot of potential to move forward, especially, and I do like the idea of doing things more regularly. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, we've done a permaculture meetup like once a week, and like whoever shows up, and it's like kind of one topic, first a check-in for everybody, and then one topic and float it around and for an hour, and it's been really good. Different, it's not in person, but let's see, what did I learn? There was so many unique little tidbits. I learned that the term pioneer is maybe not so PC. So I'm mulling that one over in my vocabulary usage, among other things. I learned a lot about bokashi and hearing everybody's stories always are empowering. So it's good to know you're all allies out there doing wonderful things.
Cool.
Tim has got his hand up. Tim Fortune 3. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, Tim. You need to hop in? Tim, do you need to hop in? Should we go down?
Can you, he's not used to, can you, the host unmute him?
I'm trying to unmute you. I'm not the host anymore, I don't think.
Oh, there we go. Tim, go.
Okay. Not hearing.
Tim? Muted.
Tim
Nobody
is
scared.
gone.
Okay.
Maybe he'll come back. Okay, Carmen and Peter. Do we have a Carmen and Peter that would like to share right now? Carolina, I saw you. Are you here? I'm trying to unmute you.
Oh, she's trying.
Okay,
Okay.
we are here. All
Okay.
right.
Hi.
First, I would like to express my gratitude to everyone that made this convergence possible, all the presenters and also the host, the incredible amount of hours that they put this weekend, and I'm sure before and after, to perhaps put everything together so those that didn't see everything can go over, and we will go through over a number of things. It's been an interesting weekend. We've gone to maybe 8 or 9 convergences, and this is our second marathon weekend of workshops. We did another one before this, so it seems like a lot, but we managed. We did a lot of we canned tuna on Friday, and we put the computer in the kitchen, and it's very handy when nobody sees you and you can just go about doing your own things and just listen. And I'm going to be processing beans now with the keynote, and I've learned a lot of things, but I think I've been inspired to save more seeds. I've been doing it off and on over the years, but I think it is a matter of urgency that we each have a set of seeds that provide with the most essential vegetables that we need for eating throughout the summer and processing to have something in the winter. And as an interesting piece of information, I was surprised that if you sow a seed and for the first time and it doesn't come out right, that you can sow it again over 2 or 3 following years, and it will adapt to your land, and it can in fact be one of these vegetables that you can collect seeds forever. So that was interesting, and so many things. I was blown away by the so many uses and versatility of hemp, for example, and the social permaculture part was really inspiring too. And like Brian said, I'm looking forward to some continuation, and maybe we can meet virtually periodically and continue to inspire each other.
Hello, I would just like to say thank you to all the people that have helped put this on, and the presenters. I'm sure it was a lot of work. It was really wonderful to hear and learn so many interesting things. Online, there's a lot of news right now that isn't so enjoyable, but this was a really nice ray of light of some really positive energy and thinking. I hope we're able to have the Convergence in person next year, so I hope to see a bunch of you in person then. Thank you.
Tim, did you want to hop in? You have your hand raised. You disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay.
There.
Yeah.
I
Can't hear you.
you know, it's like Brian's comment. Does that help?
Yeah.
I'll talk a little closer to the mic.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Maybe.
You know, it's permaculture. from
You
people
are
doing it
cutting out.
is confirmation that it is am I? Huh. That's why.
Yeah, it's
How
your
about
internet.
there?
Yeah, we can hear you, but if we
Yeah.
miss any of it, let's just give you a few minutes. We'll see what we can pick up, and then you can,
Yeah.
well, you can type it in if you can find the chat.
Yeah, we're hearing
Or
about half.
email it to us. Email it to us too.
Oh, I love it.
Go.
Yeah, well, it's really hard to. Are you hearing me now or
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to do a Paul Hawkins quote where he said, and he wrote this in Coevolution Quarterly in about '86, but he said, during this time of transition will be filled with elegantly created and designed living systems. And that stuck with me as a young person. And, you know, I think that's what I see being engaged in. And, you know, there's so many layers to what's possible in transition. You know, it's encouraging, it's inspiring, and I think many people have been inspired. And you know, this usually going to the Convergence is my only vacation in a year, and I count on being inspired. You know, to break the spell of the mundane and the typical, and reinvigorate the ideas that, you know. And Paul Hawkins always encouraged not to be afraid of big ideas, and it's time for big ideas. And I see the potential within this group, and it's been really fun.
Yay. That's wonderful. Thank you. I so appreciate everybody's life and ideas that they're sharing. It's neat. I feel like we're almost getting to know each other in a more intimate way with this forum. Carolina? Are you here, Carolina Davis? Carolina Davis, the dancer? Darian? Are you here, Darian? David, you're a board member. I'll come back to you. iPhone. Is iPhone here? I don't know who you are. Joe, are you here, Joe? Would you like to share?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, my name is Johanna, and this is my first year attending this Convergence. And I actually do not live on the West Coast. I live in Florida, but I'm very grateful for any opportunity to learn and to be more involved with the permaculture communities. And I'm very moved, even though I only caught a little bit of the Convergence the last 2 days. What I did catch was very touching, very moving, and I learned so much. And being someone who doesn't have access to land, I have a lot of big dreams, and I'm working towards gaining the knowledge necessary to, do my part to help create the world. So I'm very grateful for all of this, and I'm especially grateful for the conversations that were shared in regards to social permaculture, and I'm especially grateful for the BIPOC space and that being available to me and the connections that I gained from that. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for sharing your energy with me and with each other, and hopefully I'll get to come visit some year and meet you in person.
Yay. Yeah. May we organize and be a part of many great events happening in the region. We as an organization for like ever more. There's one from the chat from Danielle, who I'm guessing I called because it seems to be in alphabetical order. So I'm going to read that for you. This is because of connectivity issues. It's written here. From Danielle L. I would like to express my gratitude for this convergence in the amount of knowledge that is floating in our beautiful communities. I am new to the permaculture world and have been work trading on various farms in New Zealand, Hawaii, Bellingham, and now living in Portland. And I just completed my PDC this summer as an environmental youth educator. I have a great inspiration for spreading knowledge, especially to our younger generation, and taking the work of nature teaching to our youth. I'm very excited to hear about all the communities that are collaborating to work with the land. I have been picking up loads of knowledge from this convergence, and I feel hopeful to connect with you all in future spaces and learn together. Heart. Much thank you. So thank you, Danielle. Next we have Kathy Ging. Are you here? Well, when you come back, we'd like to hear from you. Kelda, are you available? Kelda can't get.
I'm here. This is Kathy. I wasn't able to get unmuted.
Okay, please go for it.
Okay. In awe of all organizers and presenters, I am profusely grateful for the hundreds of hours spent on prepping this venue, and that you maintain a nonprofit is truly inspiring. A boomer, I also would not have traveled to it, and so was delighted to participate and become acquainted with so many intelligent, knowledgeable, blessed, and sensitive Mother Earth News type folks, which is the magazine that inspired me to move to Oregon from San Francisco. I have been dejected lately with the move to robots. In fact, the University of Oregon, Eugene, is thinking of doing away with the majestic urban farm where thousands of students have learned to garden, which is right next to their third science building for robotics. I am an information archivist and have discovered many gems here to add to my crystal ball. I possibly made connections that could carry forward some ideas I've been nurturing, like the International Hemp Skills Services Wants and Needs Bank, the Regenerative Cooperative Housing, the 2020 Quintessential Paisley Octopus Stretchathon to stretch hearts and imaginations in new places, which would be a series of ongoing talks among people for the rest of their lives. And finally, the Liberated Salad throughout the land. One thing I'm thinking about doing is trying to find somebody or people to carry on, maybe with my estate or money, if I have any left over, to do liberated salad gardens throughout the country. And also the 2-chamber walk-in hemp compost bin with optional attached dog or cat house. So I also would like to see a time, next one, that people could post and discuss their favorite plants and gardening tips. And if maybe you could consider next year, if you do meet in person, to also at least have part of the conference spread out to people like me that I really don't like to travel freeways anymore. And thanks for the opportunity.
You are, yeah, I think and you're welcome for the opportunity. And I think we're all excited about how easy this was to do, and it could pretty simply be integrated into anything we do in the future too. Kelda, do you want me to read what you wrote, or do you have audio now?
Forgot to let people know that they can call in.
Yeah, you can call in too.
But writing is great.
Yeah, so Kelda, if you want to interrupt me because you can get on audio, please do, but you're next, so I'll read it. I'm grateful to tap into the, yes, I'm biased, more mature sustainability ethos in the Northwest than where I am now. I like learning updates from people I know and meeting new folks. My overarching priority right now, to be a good mom, was met by keeping me inspired and taking a mental break from other things while the little one was pretty darn self-entertaining. One idea from another conference I attended virtually is to, even after COVID stream sessions, to let the hard to travel folks make their own community virtually while people are in person. That's right. I think this is a gift to be inclusive. We should be inclusive, so it's awesome that we're doing this. Also preventing our global community from needing to fly. How sustainable is that or not? Kirsten, are you here? Kirsten, if you're here, we love you.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Let's see. Well, I also am very impressed with the work of you all on the board and volunteers. It's just amazing what you've pulled off. I'm so grateful for being able to be at this. One of the things I noticed that's interesting is when we're at a permaculture convergence, I don't actually have the same contact with those of you who are leading it as I did with, I've gotten to know you all a lot more at this than at an actual permaculture convergence. So that's an interesting thing. Just wanted to let you know, so Holly's always available for Convergence and also visitors. And I'm not sure if our website is available already to people, but I can put it into the chat. It's very refreshing to be with people of like mind about the care of the earth in all ways. It's just like I'm home, I'm with people who think the same. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity. The only other thing I would say is if there is a way to get the internet recognized as a utility in this state so that our PUD can put in lines and connections to us, it would make a huge difference. We're suffering greatly with a very iffy internet. And so if you ever hear of anything in our state legislature that's coming up, be sure to vote for it. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you, Kirsten. Christine Nevitt, no longer admin. Are you? No. Oh yeah, you were at the top for some out of order reason. Marcia Liberatore. I didn't look at your last name before. Are you here? I appreciated your comments over the weekend.
I'm here. I haven't been able to watch much of the Convergence because of moving into our new place, which doesn't have internet yet. So occasionally I've dropped in, and I've appreciated it. I look forward to participating more fully next year. And thank you all for putting this together.
Yeah, thank you. Marcy Bielma, are you here?
Yes, I am. This has been a holistic experience for me. I think you are all amazing, beautiful people. I admire the strength to have the container that was strong enough to hold all those uncomfortable moments. Talking about, race relations. I think the world can benefit from this unique knowledge set. I learned so much, words can't even say. I am grateful to the sponsors, organizers, and participants, and I hope to meet you all one day.
Thank you. That's so beautiful. Look what we did, everybody. We created a strong enough container to hold uncomfortable things. That's so beautiful. Marley, are you here, Marley?
And there's a request, Patricia, just to announce where you're located if you can. Just to remind people.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So right now I am next to Jigs Creek that flows into the Tahuya River, near Tahuya on the Hood Canal. And I'm here to observe, regenerate faith. Have faith, regenerate faith. And the presentations have been so helpful in just kind of guiding me and feeling like I'm in the right place and I'm in the right space. And Saw Holly has a big way of holding all of you, and I hope that you could feel her holding you this land. Really wish that all of your bare feet could have been dancing on her when we were dancing together, and I definitely connected to that place. I'm so grateful for the facilitators and the schedule being put together in a way that we had so many different kinds of ways to interact with each other. I learned a lot about what you can do on a small scale, and I am looking forward to clearing up what goals I have in my life so that I can be a better part of community inside myself and be a better part of community outside myself. So thank you all so much, and I hope we can make music and dance and be around the fire together very soon.
Yes. Merla, are you here, Merla?
Thanks for all the wisdom and the holding.
Oh, sorry.
Just the environment. I'm just so grateful that people are thinking about the fires the same way. You know, it's like, wow, I'm not alone in this, and people, just thank you. This is the first event, Permaculture Convergence, I've been to, and it's been profound. I have a lot of resources. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you, Marley. I appreciate just your heart in helping kind of set the stage at Sahale, even though we didn't get to be there. There was this energy of community support and the history of caring for people's hearts that I think that Sahale energy was infused to it anyways. So your role in that is very much appreciated. Is Merla here? Would you like?
Yes, hi, I'm here. And the dogs are quieting down now. Somebody just knocked at the door, which is an unusual occurrence for us here out in the woods. And they just went nuts. So hopefully you're not hearing them. So the first, the original intention from day one, I went back to my notes, and that was listen, observe, and engage. And, you know, I wasn't sure how the Zoom thing was going to work, but it was so awesome. And I just really appreciate everybody that worked on it to pull everything together to enable this. First, reconnecting with people that I haven't seen at least since I moved to Oregon, and probably before that, because there was a lot of chaos. I'm now in Oak Ridge, Oregon, which is southeast of Eugene, and it's a very small town, and I'm 15 to 20 minutes outside of the small town at 2,300 feet now in the Cascade foothills. Things that I learned include, there was such an amazing amount, and I took notes, and I look forward to also going into the resources that are provided for us, you know, handouts and presentations and so forth. But reminders to use the recipes for natural fertilizers that I have and that are also going to be made available. Dancing in virtual connection to other people. I wouldn't have believed that that was possible, but it was awesome. From Brian, there is a tool for every need, even if it only exists in my mind. I just have to find it and apply it. From the discussion with the non-BIPOC and BIPOC people, and understanding that that's a term that may cause issues for some people, but I would like to research information about this property, about this area, and learn more about the people who used to live here, and find those people whose ancestors were connected to this area, and to connect to this land in a new way via dream time, if I'm able to, and also to hopefully connect with other people about dreaming with the land and with their land. So just really fabulous information and connections, and I just really appreciate all of this so much. This has been amazing. And this was my second convergence. The previous one was just down the hill from here in Dexter. So thank you.
Thank you. Is Mary Teasdale here? Give you a moment. Mary, if you can.
How's that?
Hey.
All right. I would like to thank everybody who put on this convergence. It was really well thought out and laid out. It went really smoothly, and I'm very impressed. I really like seeing all these people in their lovely spaces, which I think if we'd met in person, I wouldn't have got to see that. It's my first convergence because it always takes place during harvest time, and I'm always too busy to get away this time of year. I've been here for 17 years, and I took the permaculture course 14 years ago, and I've just been building out ever since then. My words were abundance, connectivity, and love, and I think that all of those were achieved this weekend. The most eye-opening thing I heard this weekend was somebody mentioned that my body is made of this place. And I thought, yeah, that's happening. It's really happening. I'm eating all the food that grows on this property, and And I thought that was pretty profound. And I also want to thank Brian Kirkfleet for showing me a wonderful tool, the Weasel Nut Grabber tool, which is going to be super useful to me for picking up apples. So I'm very grateful for that too. I like meeting all these kindred spirits. It's been really super. Thank you very much.
Yay. Yay for kindred spirits. Mike. Yay
for nut weasels.
Yeah, yay for nut weasels. That's right. Yeah. Mike, are you here? Dan Guara? That Mike?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to share?
Yeah. It was quite a heavy weekend. I took some notes until my pen gave out. Took quite a few notes, as a matter of fact. It's given me much to think about, especially the online part and the fact that we've got, I'm looking for possibly to some more meetings like this in the coming weeks and don't have to wait a whole year, which is kind of nice. When I think about the Earth Mother, it's pretty obvious that that's the starting point for me, because without the Earth, I wouldn't be alive. And it strikes me that the temperature is just right. The mixture of gases is just right. The air pressure is just right. You don't have to go outside with a pressure suit on like you would, say, on Mars or on the moon. Earth is the place that I and all of us were meant to be on. We're part of the Earth. We're Earth stuff, Earth creatures. So to the people that hosted the BIPOCs, I owe them a debt of thanks. I was glad that at last there's some colored folks that are joining in. That makes me very happy to see that transition. It's given me a lot to think about. I'm going to be writing an article for our eView, which you're welcome to read. Be available Thursday morning. And okay. I think I've said about all I'm going to say. As I said, things are definitely going to be different this year and next. So my brother was telling me that of all the businesses that were forced to close, only 50% are going to reopen. The other 50% are going to be gone. And so we're definitely going to fill an itch. It couldn't come soon enough.
Community is so important when, it's always really important. That's all I'm going to say. Monica, are you here? Monica? Mosquito Valentino, are you here? Would you like to share? So much fun to say that name. Ole, are you here? Would you like to share? And if you are here and just don't want to say anything, you can write it in the chat and I'll write it too. Ole, are you here?
Yes. Okay, I'm unmuted, I believe. Yeah, thanks so much. I'm from Kailashiko Village here in Portland, and I wanted to thank everyone for all the efforts you put into it. Technically, you did a fabulous job. I've never seen Zoom done so well. Really, you juggled the screens and you displayed multimedia. Really a fantastic job. I also appreciate that you kept the cost so low that you were able to invite a really large, substantial audience. And I just want to end with sharing that the highlight of my entire weekend was the discussion that Brian was having about growing handles in tools by hanging them on the trees. That was fantastic and really appreciate it. Thanks so much. And good luck with the rest of the projects and your ongoing projects to hold these annual convergences. Thanks.
Thank you. Patricia, you here? Patricia, I see you.
Just had to be coordinated enough to unmute. And since I was the one that asked, I will say, yes, I'm Patricia, and I am currently living outside of Tenino, Washington, which is just is south of Olympia, toward Yelm, tiny town, scary place. After 35 years in Tacoma. It's been a very eventful weekend. I was in the middle of selling a house in town, and I got an offer, a full price offer on Saturday. So we're closing in 3 weeks. So I have not been here for a lot of it. I'll be catching up, watching all the videos and such. When I have been here, I can't remember my 3 words, my intention, but I think curiosity and connection was part of it. I've definitely felt connected, loved seeing old friends, loved meeting new friends. A friend in town asked me today, was it easier doing the convergence online than in person? And I said, it's overwhelming, but in a different way. My brain numbed out much faster online. My body didn't wear out as fast. So I don't know what the trade-off. It's like, there was so much. I'm so grateful for everyone. I was grateful for our keynote, for Tej's talk. That was phenomenal, just wonderful. All the people who were here from Sahale made me miss it so much. It's been a center of my women's spiritual community for almost 10 years, so it is precious to me for so many ways. And Mike, are you sitting in Sahale's kitchen? Am I recognizing that kitchen? You know, if not, thank you for letting us into yours, but it looked very familiar. And the dance piece was amazing. I'm spacing on names. I'm so bad. But to dance on this was wonderful. So thank you for bringing that in. The music has been great. So twinkle hands. And I wanted to say that I've talked, I'm kind of overwhelmed with the idea of sending something on Venmo or this, that, and the other thing for people. And so, Cassie, was it you or was it Shales that said I could just send a donation to the Northwest Permaculture Fund and you'll distribute it? So if other people have been overwhelmed by that also, we can send, you know, one and they'll spread it around.
Yep.
Because yeah, I can do PayPal, but so thank you. Gratitude to everyone, and thank you for everyone who showed up.
Cool. Thank you. SAR is coming soon and put in the chat. We want to express so much gratitude to all who presented and shares, and Ricardo, Danielle, and Zach and I have been joining in throughout the whole weekend. Thank you, heart. Thank you for putting it in there and being here. Hey, Carolina, we missed you earlier. Do you want to share?
Is that me? Yes. Yes, just so much gratitude, and I feel like I found my tribe. I moved up to the Pacific Northwest a couple of years ago, and I just haven't really known who my people are yet. And I knew it was earth-based, and I'm just so glad I kind of stumbled upon you. I didn't know about you yesterday and the day before, so I missed the first 2 days. Today I jumped in, and I confess that if there's sunshine outside, I'm incapable of being inside, so I was very in and out, mostly out. But just so vibing on the good grooves here and all the good information and good camaraderie, and I feel like I've got so many threads to unravel in so many directions and so much to explore, just with all the people offering their gifts and the dream, the dream thing. I'm planning on following through on that. And of course, anything, my interest really mostly at this point is forestry, because I'm living in a forest. And so I'm interested in how all these principles apply to forestry. So
Where are you? Where? Where are you? Where are you?
In Port Townsend. Yeah, in Port Townsend. I live on a 5-acre parcel, and I'm always just thinking about how to make the forest more healthy. So I can't wait to just, talk to people about that. And so much appreciation for you people who put it on. Excellent job. Excellent. And the format was fabulous with, sometimes just one person speaking, sometimes it being conversational, sometimes a presenter. And this closing is great. Kudos to you all, and thank you.
There's a request for a contact info roster, and what we can do with all the different technologies that people were on, we can send a BCC email to everybody and just be explicit that this is for everybody who was a presenter or attended. Put your contact information if you want. So that's a way we can do it within this container. And then there's also, all the little things that we always tell you, the online stuff, the directory on the website, the Slack, the Discord, those things. We do have a directory on the website that we don't promote, but it's a way to share where you're at too. So Samantha, what? Yeah, and Samantha, you're next. But if someone has a name that's higher up in the alphabet that's not on the board that I haven't said yet, and you popped back in, feel free to raise your hand or something. Samantha.
Okay, hi guys. My 3 words at the beginning of this were growth, learning, and gratitude. And I've definitely learned quite a lot over the weekend, and I'm super grateful for that. And I can't wait to start growing. So that's basically what I've taken away from all of this. And I'm in California, in SLO County. So thank you guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for coming from so far away.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to without the Zoom call. So I'm super excited about that.
Shauna, you hear Shauna? Sylvan, are you here, Sylvan? I see you.
I am here. Hello. I'm grateful for mycelia, always. And I'm grateful for all of the people who presented and organized and did tech in the background. And I'm really grateful for all of the people with knowledge and positions in society different than mine, who brought different perspectives this year. I appreciate all of the things I learned and some difficult conversations. Mostly what I learned this year is a whole lot of stuff about technology. I learned how to use this tool better. I also learned some of the advantages and disadvantages to it. Last year was my first permaculture convergence, because there is another event that I have gone to for many, many years. It's always the exact same weekend, which is a dance event. So I always feel pulled in 2 directions by wanting to dance and wanting to go be with my fellow permies. And this year, because both were online, I got to do both. So that was nice. But it was really hard for me to stay focused. There were times when I turned my video off and sort of drowsed in and out, because keeping my body still and my brain engaged in a very one sense sort of way is difficult for me. I'm very multi-sensory, hands-on, touch, movement engaged, and I have not done much outdoor work for 3 days, and that's really, really hard for me. So I want to go outside and have my bare feet on the wet grass for a little while when this is over. But I really do appreciate getting to be, as some other people have observed, more engaged in a longer and more focused way with everybody. I feel like I've gotten to know people in a really different way, and I really like that. So I look forward to a hybrid permaculture convergence. And the other thing I really, really appreciate is that you guys who are on the board explicitly said that you would like us to come to meetings, would like us to join you, would like us to come and help. I get imposter syndrome really bad and feel like I should not be in any positions of leadership because I don't know anything, and I always, no matter what, feel like I know less than other people. So I tend not to want to jump into those sort of roles, but that explicit invitation helps a lot for me to want to help, for me to feel like, oh yes, I am needed. So I appreciate that from you guys. Thank you.
I have no idea there'd be so much gratitude. It's awesome to get good feedback that this event has been a worthwhile venture of all the, time. I think we went Marcia. Are you here? Marcia Rook?
Ole from Kailash Eco Village unmuted himself.
Yeah, did you want something to say, Ole?
Oh, sorry. No, I'm done.
Yeah, and so we went through everybody on the list unless someone didn't go and wants to speak up, and then we can just go Julie Wolf.
Me?
Would you like to share? Yeah.
One last call. Anybody else? Just speak up if we didn't hear from you. My 3 words were kindness, diversity, and community. And I was kind to myself, and I received kindness from others when it was really hard this weekend at times. So that's, yay, a victory. Diversity, I loved that we actually were able, no, we didn't do it. Somehow, miraculously, we got the diversity of the human species to participate. How's that? And I loved all of the decolonizing permaculture, the social permaculture, and though I haven't learned a better term because some people are offended by BIPOC and white, I'm certainly not white. I don't know how else to express it. The diversity was a victory. It felt wonderful. I think even though we could have spent more time and hope that we do have other sessions that are maybe completely focused on that, that work, Black Lives Matter, all of that. I think we did a really good job, so that's a victory. And then really important to me, my 3rd word is community, and I feel there were lots of people that asked for community and connection, and I got to see old friends. I'm looking at Meadow for some reason, and the Holly friends, and old friends and new friends. Merla, thank you so much, and everybody else I connected with more deeply. I really think that we are building a community. It's been my wish. It's be remiss without saying. It's been my wish since the first permaculture convergence I went to only 2 years ago, 2018, that, and my intention that we can get together more often, that we can continue discussions. That's why I got involved in the Instagram, developing the Instagram channel the first year and being the social media director the second year. And this has just been so much grace to be able to be together the whole time on one channel, even though sometimes, yes, it's been exhausting and the brain cuts out and doesn't work. I'm not receiving what's being said. The feelings are coming through. And the intuition and the dream work, and oh my God, I can't. What was the, I usually never am interested in natural cosmetics because I've never worn any. But who was the woman who gave the natural cleaning? Was that? What was her name? That was amazing. I'm totally going to listen to the recording on that one and learn to make the. Sorry. Try 45 minutes. Light.
Laura
Anyway.
of Odd Gum Nut.
What was her name?
Laura of the Odd Gum Nut.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to that one. And I do use dish soap, and I do use a couple things. So even though I don't use soap, I just use water on my body. Shampoo I use. So anyways, there's just so much information that was here, and it was pulled together last minute, and so many people from the community came forward even last minute and pulled things together last minute. I'm just so amazed at the grace that's pulled this community together, and that holds all of us as a community. And I guess the last thing is that I remember when Shaylee interviewed Colette out at Sahale, she said it's not two organizations, it's one. That's really significant for me because I wouldn't have met Sahale only 6 hours away, 6 miles away from me, 6 miles in the Tuya Forest without the Northwest Permaculture Convergence. And so this year, when it could not happen at Sahale in the physical, it just is so special that we did get to connect Sahale with the Convergence.
Julie, I need to go, and I'm sorry, David. I'm sorry, David's and Cassie, that I can't hear what you have to say. I need to leave, but I will read. I'll read the comment from Shauna. Shauna is still here, grateful from Ohlone Native Land in San Francisco Bay Area of California for making this gathering virtual and for all the note taking on here. Especially appreciated the lyrics noted so we can sing along to feel connected. We will continue to sing the We Will Be Known song. Please remember that disconnected or local indigenous could simply be invited to use outdoor and indoor space to simply practice culture and singing in the native language. I'll try to say that. Adoligi Ugodi Nihi. Many blessings to you in my Salagi native language. I'm sorry I didn't do that right, but you're welcome to try. I did my best. And thank you so much for the blessing. And everybody, I'm just so stoked to be a part of this community. And thank you. I'll be listening.
We love you, Shaylee. Cassie, do you want to go next?
I said I wanted an adventure and to make friends, so I totally won. Thank you.
Sure, I can go next. I don't remember what I said. I'm pretty sure it was something about I like Shaylee's things that she said, and I went along with that. But I also was nervous and anxious, and like throughout the weekend, that has slowly like gotten less. And I'm sorry about my ducks. They are quacking. It's duck time. I have enjoyed just watching everything. I mean, it's been exhausting, but I'm excited to like work with, I was excited to work with the team. You guys are great. I was excited to meet all of you guys like that are in the community, and you came and you were here, and the people who've been part of this, like, you know, it's been interesting being online. Like, I think it was Patricia, you said like, or maybe it might have been someone else. Sorry. But saying like, you never get to interact with the organizers. And as an organizer for this is my 3rd Convergence, like I don't get to interact with you guys as much. Usually I am running around and just, yeah, have fun doing ducks. Usually I'm running around, you know, like you guys see duck background stuff. And it was so nice to be able to participate and be part of the presentations and still be organizing in the background, but like, be present with you guys. So I really enjoyed that. I think it was Kirsten, maybe from Sahale. So I really enjoyed that. And I hope we get to do more online gatherings. And I hope we get to meet in person again. I do enjoy the convergences in person, so it will be nice. It was nice not to have to worry about the ducks and not have to be like, hey, husband, come do the ducks. And he was glad that I was around, even though I was like pretty much in headphones all weekend. So anyways, I love you guys. Thank you. Bye. I should say bye for now, not bye forever. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, Cassie. That's awesome. And you can show us the ducks anytime. We actually get to visit the ducks at the board meeting. Sometimes she feeds the ducks during the board meeting. So if you'd like to come see some ducks, come to the board meeting.
Yeah, as long as the sun goes down, like sometime during board meeting, I'm gonna be out here doing ducks.
Is David online and would like to share?
Yeah. Yeah, so I just want to thank everybody for attending. A lot of work did go into this over the past year, but the last few months for sure. Weekly meetings that often went to 2.5 hours and a lot of time. So it's just super rewarding to be getting all your feedback and to be hearing that this was a positive experience and worth everyone's while. And we also had visions about, creating that community model of exchanging seeds and kind of creating bigger ideas from this event. So I think if we were to get more support and more people getting involved with the board, we could really take some of these ideas and help implement them. I think it would be amazing to start a seed saving and seed exchange network and use the resources we've built this weekend, the contacts we've made, the common interest we all share to really be able to build those communities we want to see by working together. So I'm hoping that's something we can look into and future videos as well, because we've discovered that in these times, this is a niche. People still want to learn, people still want to gather. So being able to do this in this capacity has really been great. And I remember in board meetings, I was thinking, okay, we're going to have to make all these contingency plans if this goes wrong and that goes wrong. But I don't think we've had to use too many contingency plans this weekend. So it's been a great weekend, and we really thank you all for being here and attending. We still have 9 minutes, so I will gladly pass the microphone.
Yeah, I was like, it almost sounded like you're going to present, and I was like, oh, I didn't get to introduce myself.
Yeah, no,
David
I guess I went on
Algren.
that tangent. Yeah,
and I am currently foundationed out of St. Petersburg, Florida, and I travel, and I really miss being there, because really for the past quite a few years, I've spent this weekend in the Pacific Northwest, and normally a week before and a week after consulting and doing some really awesome just networking with people. So I miss that. My 3 things, I don't remember all 3, but one of them was harmony. And I feel like more than just seeing harmony, I got harmony in just watching. Also, I believe I said symbiosis, and that my intention there was just to like be part of a symbiosis and harmony that happens, and that was really cool. Some of my favorite things are the flowers at Sahale. I don't know, they're just, I've been a little bit, it's been a fun thing for me to see flowers and to see people doing that. And it actually came up in another discussion, someone says flowers. So I don't know, just really cool to see that and see people going beyond just, we need to grow food. And also seeing some of the other urgent things being covered. And it was part of the board's intention to be conscious of the things that we hold in our hearts important, but be vulnerable and jump out there and try to do our best to help facilitate a diverse discussion, but also a needed discussion, a discussion that is needed to be had. And I'm so thankful for the people who jumped in to help facilitate that. So that's it. That's what I'm thankful for. And it was also a joy to just randomly see some amazing people who sometimes over a year you kind of forget in some ways the joy that you get when you look at them across the field or you see them in an opening circle. It's been nice to see the faces. And during this hard time with COVID and the hard times that I faced in my life this past year, this has been a really big joy to just see you all. And I would say the board has also been more than just a board, but a family to be part of, people that you can just share you're having a rough time. And some of us have been through some really hard times. I think everyone's faced some trials, and it was nice to be here together. Anyone else that came back on, or anybody who wants to say something more? We have like a minute or two probably. Actually, it looks like 6 minutes according to this clock. I really appreciate Julie. It's so funny that I'd have to say I'm thankful for Julie's background work. She does so much in the background. I was been working on the technical and getting the videos up online. There's so many times during this event where I was shooting messages over to Julie or Cassie saying, hey, could you get me this file from such and such? Hey, is this presenter ready? Can you contact them? It was so nice. We actually worked majorly as a team. You guys, there was a few moments of where's the file, and literally seconds before the presenter comes on, I was able to get the file and bam, how it happened. So it was really fun. Thank you, Cassie, and thank you, Julie, for like, you weren't on screen as much, but that was thank you. I'll pass this on to David to present to Prem. Thank you.
Yeah, can I share something really quick? Because I ran away before we go to Prem. I just wanted to thank everybody for being brave together. I feel like we were, in planning this, there was, and even in everybody in coming, there's just so much chaos, and we all want to believe that we can come together and make something beautiful and hold a great space. And I'm just so grateful that we all just took that step together. That's it. Thank you. I won't say anything more for a long time. Bye.
Yeah, and I just want to say that throughout the whole weekend, David and Shaylee have been the main hosts, Cassie too, and I've kind of bounced in and out, but they've really been present through and through to make sure every presenter had a host streaming, and they provided that solid Wi-Fi, which means they had to be somewhat present for the entire time. So just amazing work, and I think we can all say we're so grateful to all the effort we've put in and everyone attending. So thank you once again.